Developer relations is an interesting field in tech which comprises of different departments or roles, some of which include tech evangelist, community manager, open source contributor, developer advocate, which is the one I fall under. There's also technical writing, there's developer experience. There are a bunch of them, some of them which are even almost similar. Now I know there are a lot of people interested in developer relations, and I've gotten asked a couple of questions from some people, and these questions are usually something like, do I need to be a technical writer before I can be a developer advocate? Do I need to know how to speak at conferences before I can be in developer relations? I don't know how to manage communities. Am I also fit for developer relations? I get questions like this where people are confused on how to get into developer relations and the skills that they need to have. And some of the confusions people have might be correct, and some of them might not be entirely true. So I thought of an initiative to answer all these questions. So I'll be starting a new series on my YouTube channel where I'll be asking different people in the developer relations field, how did you come into developer relations? These people will get to share the skills they had, their thoughts or their opinions or their understanding about it, how they got into it, why they even got into it. We'll be asking all of these questions to these different people, and these conversations are going to be in form of live streams. They'll be live streamed on my YouTube channel, so do well to check the live section of my YouTube channel to find the upcoming live streams that I have. I'll also be sharing updates on my Twitter account just so you know about the next live stream that I'll be having. But to kickstart this series, I also thought to briefly share my own developer relations story because I'm also in developer relations. So I'm currently a developer advocate. I'm an internal developer advocate for Adyen. This is my second full-time role as a developer advocate. I had my first full-time role as a developer advocate, but that was externally. Now another question you may have is, what is a developer advocate? How is it different from all the other fields that fall under developer relations? That will possibly be another video for another day, but all I'm just going to say in this video is I'm a developer advocate, and that is a field under developer relations. So how did I get in, or what were the skills I had before getting into developer relations? Well, the only skill that I had was technical writing. I was proficient in technical writing, and then I had like basic skills in creating videos. I wasn't very good speaking at conferences. I didn't have so much experience with open source. I didn't know how to manage communities. I didn't know any of the other stuff, but I still came into developer relations, and for my previous role, my previous full-time role, I was a good fit for it. So how I came, I looked for open developer advocacy roles, and I found this in a bunch of companies, and one of them accepted me. Why did I come into developer relations? Well, I like writing code, and I was writing code a lot in my first full-time role as a software engineer. But one thing I missed a lot about that role was the opportunity to share my knowledge. I love sharing my knowledge via content. You'd find me doing this with articles, with videos. You'd even find this on Instagram, on TikTok, a bunch of places. So that first full-time role didn't really give me the opportunity where I could share all of this knowledge via content. There were a few opportunities, but not as much as I would like. So I knew I needed another opportunity where I get to still write code. I still like writing code, but I also wanted to share this knowledge via content. As at then, I didn't even know that developer relations or developer advocacy existed. But while I was just looking for such opportunities that included these responsibilities and duties that I would like, I found out there was something like developer relations. I found out there was something like developer advocacy, and I looked for such roles until I got one. And that's the brief of my story. And just to quickly answer the question of, do I need to be a technical writer before I can be a developer advocate? Do I need to be this? Do I need to be that? In my opinion, you don't need to be those things. What you should focus on is the job responsibilities of the role you're applying for. Now, when I was applying for developer advocacy roles, I was looking for the developer advocacy roles that contained responsibilities that I could fulfill. One thing you need to understand with developer advocacy, or even with developer relations generally, is that the companies specify what your responsibilities would be. The fact that a company is looking for a developer advocate or a developer relations specialist doesn't mean they expect you to speak at every conference, they expect you to contribute to open source, they expect you to manage communities, they expect you to write articles, make videos. Some companies may require that, but most of these other companies would specify the specific things that they want you to do. Some companies may say, we need a developer advocate who would manage our community. So people may say, we need somebody who would make articles about our product. Some people would say we need somebody who can contribute to open source. These companies would specify exactly what they are looking for. So even if you don't have all the skills that developer relations people have, the few ones you have may actually make you a fit for a developer relations role. So you shouldn't always wait till you have all of those skills. If it's just one or two, look for opportunities that fit those skills. Or maybe if you don't have them, you can just choose one or two skills that you want to learn that makes you fit for a developer advocate or developer relations opportunity at company A or at company B. Anyways, that's a brief of my story. There is still more we can learn from the stories of other people. Now, I already have some people in mind that I'm going to, meet them and ask if they can be on this series. But if you also have some people you'd like to see on this series, people that you know are doing well in the developer relations field, let me know in the comments and I'll try to reach out to them. Anyways, watch out for the live streams I'll be having with these amazing people. They get to share their stories, and I hope that from all that they share, that improves your understanding about developer relations, and maybe that encourages or inspires you to come into the developer relations field, because like I said at the beginning, it's actually an interesting and amazing field to learn, to grow, and to just improve yourself in your career. Watch out for these live streams, watch out for my new series. I do hope you enjoy it, and if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, share it with others, and also subscribe on my YouTube channel, because I make amazing videos. Peace.